Nice one. So today I've rocked up in South Wales, just around the corner from a place called Sully. I'd never heard of it, and I found this really cool hidden gem. Check it out. There's an island just here you can see, and then there's a causeway that you can only walk across at low tide, which is right now. You can see it's no problem. And we're going to walk over there, and we're going to be on there until tomorrow evening after we've had a nice wild camp, some bouldering if we can find it, sea foraging if we get lucky, who knows. There's a really cool little cafe. Car's right next to where we start. It's gonna be easy. Let's get moving. It's well easy to find as well. You just come out down the back of the cafe, there's some steps straight onto the causeway. Oh, it'd be nice to sit here for a beer tomorrow.
You'll be able to come back.
That would be cool, you know, kayaking across this.
Yeah. Well,
It's so weird to be walking on the sea floor and there's no sea here. I love it.
Deep in a sea, and I was like knee.
I mean, we started walking across the seaweed ground, but there's stone right there, so never looking for an easy life. This camera does not do it justice, but the closer I get to this little island, the cooler it looks. It's only about 14 acres, the whole thing. Whoa, that's thick and grassy. Oh, there's a path! Nice. Look at that. Turn straight up. We've got a lovely path to world class. What's the sign say? A number of people have been pulled out of their depth by the strong currents attempting to cross back to the mainland. That'd be a shit way to die, wouldn't it? We love a bad landing, that's what makes bouldering so exciting. This is heaven, look at that.
yeah, boulders down here. You can see some cracks.
It's the perfect little staircase to get in and out from the beach. I love that. And up, do a flip. Out.
Line. Yeah, perfect track. Yeah, you can do that one.
Hey, cool.
Yeah, man, fucking sick hold. This is sick.
Yeah, nothing seems to be wobbling, does it?
I mean,
Or does it?
it could. Oh, I can't go back up. Where can I hold? Yeah, it seems stable.
Woo!
Seems stable. Just pop right out.
Seems stable, falls to his death.
People
Little bits of driftwood for our fire later. No harm. There's not that much around though, unfortunately. Whoa, that's some rooftop. Man, the roof is even taller than you. Oh my god, that's like, I don't know, 2 and a bit meters. Jeez, oh, you can see all the barnacles on it.
Yeah.
I wish GoPro did better at a distance. Seriously, the most beautiful pirate ship is over there.
That's slippery as fuck.
What, there?
That.
I've never seen the underside of a limpet.
You gonna eat it?
It's disgusting. You can eat it, yeah, they're edible. I can't say it's likely to be tasty, but...
You can eat it alive.
I mean, you're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome to. Alright, dare you. I don't think I'm going to eat this later, so I'm going to put him back responsibly in a rock pool where he belongs. There he is with a little friend, look. These all look like the paths of a sea snail, but we don't really know. I'm just guessing, saying it like it's fact. So if anyone does know, please enlighten me.
Where the white line is? Yeah. Where the sediment.
The perfect piece. Impossible to carry.
I got this, no problem.
Nice one for trying though.
2 hands, or you're right. For like some slack lining. Give me one.
Ooh, oh. Nearly cool.
Yeah, let me try it.
Lucky with the driftwood, big dead tree.
uprooted the tree is not driftwood.
Oh, see. Well, it's dead anyway, so that's good. Found loads of bits of wood that we could take. Probably off a fire. We're building a fire pit. Life is good. Got ourselves a little fire pit. There's some stones in the bottom for the ember pit, and you know, a little windshield. For dinner tonight, we've got ribeye steaks. Some for the boys and some thin ones as well. Thought we'd try that. Some coleslaw, banging, and sweet potatoes, and we'll just chuck them straight on the fire and eat them out of the burnt skin. I was bringing this bag of like random goods. So I've got hot sauce and, you know, salt, peppers and ketchup sachets. If you go camping and you haven't stolen all these things from every hotel that you ever go to, then I don't know what you're doing.
Well, because it's so windy, it's gonna just eat it very quickly.
But it's driftwood, man. It just burns like crazy.
Where's that bag of like bigger kindling as well as the there should be. Perfect. We had some cardboard from the Corona can, so we actually found some kindling. Yeah, doesn't that look amazing? That's a hungry fire.
Oh.
Cheers, mate.
Salut.
Salut. The idea now with our fire pit is just to burn down all of the logs into their embers and leave the ember pit. We can move the fire off to the side. We've got a little grill tray we can put on top for the steaks, and the potatoes are just going to go straight in the embers as they are. Man, this place is... I can't believe how close it is to my house actually, how lucky I am. Fun fact as well, we were reading about this place before we came, and apparently some unknown sailor bought this place, this whole island, for like £92,000 or something like that, £90,000. I can't believe it. It's cheaper than a house for a whole island. Build myself a bloody shed and I'd never have to leave. Woo! Success. Fire's going to be burning all night.
Yeah.
And I promise no live trees were hurt for the making of this video. Now, when you're cooking sweet potatoes or potatoes on a fire, you can just chuck them straight in the embers. But I like to put them around the side of the fire like this just to start off while we get the fire going. They can take a little while. And once the ember pit is ready to go, the steaks only take about 6 minutes, and you don't want to be sat around waiting for potatoes while your steaks are getting cold. That's depressing. Sadly, you can't hear the amazing sizzle when these go on the fire because we have music playing in the background. And I think YouTube, like, copyright strikes or something, so you have to listen to my own voice instead. Oh, yeah! That looks perfect! I'm so excited about that. Butter makes everything better, so sweet potatoes covered in butter, steaks obviously also covered in butter. I cannot begin to tell you how good these steaks were. Like, you can see how the fat is just coming apart. It's so soft. That smoky flavour with the hot sauce and the sweet potatoes, everything was so good. And round two, we've got minute steaks, thinly sliced with like a Mexican flavour rub on it, and a few more sweet potatoes, which are seem to be doing much better now. They're nearly done. And then we'll just push the fire back into the middle once we're done. Yum. Morning. I still can't go over that ribeye last night. Was my first thought this morning is I want another steak. That was the best steak I've ever had. I love this place. I never want to leave. I should have put my shoes on. Yeah. Wildlife check. What is this big yellow flower on the bush? I feel like I see this everywhere I go by the coast. down in Dorset they have this as well. That's how you know you're in Dorset when you start driving past this. Where is it? What is it? I'm gonna have to look that up when I get home. Okay, don't think I'm stupid. I very quickly found out that that's gorse and it's super common and everyone knows what it is apparently. So my friends laughed at me. You don't need to. Thank you very much. Yeah, well, the tide is in for like half a day while we're trapped here, so luckily it's not really like there's a shortage of things to do. I mean, we can stretch, exercise, juggle,
Nothing.
do nothing, nap,
Take a little nap.
lay in the sun. We had agreed to go for a swim, but I'll be honest, I touched that water and I don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah, that's my excuse. It's too dirty.
You're pretty covered from the wind in this area.
Yeah, my skin's feeling nice in the sunshine. Honestly, it's kind of breathing life into me. Thought I'd come back to the other side of the island to show you guys that this is the causeway that we walked across. The car is parked literally right there. And the currents are so strong, there's no way you could try and walk across at high tide. And yeah, the next low tide is in, I don't know, 8 hours or so. So we've got that long in the afternoon now to chill out and have a good time. I don't know how deep it is really. It might be, I don't know, knee high, waist high. Still pretty cool. It feels really nice to be the only people bar 2 fishermen on a little island just off the south of Wales. Seriously, it feels really cool. And the sun is shining, it's a beautiful day. There's a butterfly. You know, one thing that really disappoints me about England is that I love wild swimming and the sea here is just so cold. Like it's April now, so the sea is still freezing, still got that sort of wintry chill to it even though the air is a little bit warmer. And that's so sad. I mean, I'm trying to practice my cold water techniques, but I don't find it easy and I can't say I find it particularly enjoyable. And that's our little fire pit from last night. We did put it out well before we went to bed and covered it with rocks. And we've just, there was one last bit of wood that didn't really burn, so we thought we'd leave it there for the next people. But I mean, the fire pit already existed. I would never really have fires on grass, but the pit was already there, so yeah, just surrounded by rocks so it doesn't do any more damage. And I suppose that's, I don't know, I'm big into the leave no trace philosophy, and I don't know, I guess if a trace has already been left, then is it okay for me to leave a trace on top of it? I don't know, tell me. And prepping just a bit of lunch. We've got boiled eggs, and I'm growing salt and pepper in these little like contact lens cases, smoked salmon and bread, hummus, bananas. What more could a girl want? Turn the camera on, took the ugliest bite I've ever taken in my life. Dropping it everywhere. This is amazing. Go to a restaurant to order food like this. We'd spent our day chilling and had kind of a late lunch, so that by the time we were done, the tide had gone out enough and the rocks had dried so we can go and hunt for some bouldering spots. And we went to a spot that we noticed yesterday. It looked really cool. And there was like a little shelf just below, the high tide line. You can see us climbing off it now, and there was just loads of little routes that we could make up. No guidebook, so making it up as we go along, but it wasn't too difficult to spot places for some like easy little climbs and traverses and just general hanging around. Yeah, it was really beautiful. Good holds everywhere, lots of jugs. Another place where you can kind of choose your difficulty. Like we could definitely have made some harder climbs up if we wanted to, but for just a bit of like daytime hanging around, messing around, this was seriously, it was spot on. We didn't have a guidebook, so we didn't really know what to expect, but turns out the climbing is really easy and the rocks are like super grippy, so it's exactly the kind of place I need to work on my head game. I have this fear of falling, and yeah, it's definitely the summer to work on that, and this is so close to my house. and just the perfect kind of climbing, the right kind of height as well to like push me but not terrify me. So we kept playing around, but the midday sun was leaving and we decided this was the perfect time for a swim. So I did get in, but it was a dip rather than a swim. Although my mate did try and take a swim, but the currents were just way too strong anyway. Once you're in there, it was not safe to swim whatsoever. So we kept our feet planted on firm ground under there. But anyway, that was our trip. We had the best time. It was kind of sad to pack up and leave this island. Actually, I'm definitely gonna be back. Sully Island, I love you. I just look like an egg at the moment. Morning.